And we're back. Hi, everyone. Hope you didn't miss us too much, but we are refreshed and we are ready to continue on. And we're going to give you guys a little recap. And we are going to find out where we start our journey. In a land far, far away from here. All right, so we should be good. I'm just waiting. Okay, we are good. And we are going to give you guys the recap now. So we're going to start with Brittany. We will start with Brittany. Dragon, wait.
No,
Rogue Dragon.
Yes.
Dragon.
Rogue Dragon. Cool. All right. So we'll start with Rogue Dragon, and then we'll continue down.
Oh, did you just want me to say like who I am and
Yeah,
a brief synopsis?
just a brief synopsis on it, and then we'll just continue on.
Excellent. I am a dragonkin rogue named Rogue Dragon, who was so good. Rogue Dragon was hatched by halflings. They found his egg and kind of took pity on him, so they raised him. And being around halflings, he was surrounded by a family who were rogues by trade. So he learned, of course, the halfling family trade, which was being a rogue. And he is a gold dragon with opalescent eyes and kind of has like floppy ears and horns that go out to the side. So kind of like a little bit of Ludo from the Labyrinth. A little bit. Yeah. And that's kind of his disposition. He's a little touched. He's a little Buddy the Elf in the sense of he tries really, really, really hard to be a really, really, really good rogue. But he's just too big and too doofy to realize really what's happening. So that's a very brief synopsis of who he is.
Cool. All right. And next we'll go with Ishtar.
My character is Sir Owen Goldleaf, a half-elf paladin who is now fatherless. And he has golden eyes, and they're still cool, given
They're super cool.
They're the coolest.
and he I didn't mention this earlier, but he actually has a really kind of rough-looking scar on his forearm.
Oh.
On his sword arm from sparring at the fort in the order where he grew up.
Okay.
And we've now determined that he will have a long sword and a shield for his main form of fighting, and we'll also have a javelin on his back as well. And, he is off on a scouting journey, basically, or just traveling about on the orders of his order. And
on the orders of his order.
there's been talk of an evil on the horizon, and he's out to search that out. And that's it.
Cool. All right. Hi, Riz. Kelly.
I am playing a forest gnome who is a wizard. Her name is Kinder. As I was saying before, if you know the Dragonlance novels, you know what that is referencing to. Although she herself is not a Kinder, I don't think I could handle RPing that. She is smart and mischievous, but also very curious to a fault. And after getting bored, she studies a lot and only could study so much being a forest gnome, and got bored and wandered off one day and came upon a great magical act upon a wizard or sorcerer. And after that, she was determined to learn wizardry herself. So she carries around a spellbook and a quarterstaff, which is far larger than she is, and is now traveling for insight and knowledge and trying to advance in her wizardry ways. She is scruffy in the sense of having long, shaggy hair, very unkempt. She doesn't care too much about her appearance. She more so cares about learning and knowledge. So she doesn't really, I would imagine. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. She doesn't care too much about gold or pageantry. She just wants to learn all that there is.
Sweet. Awesome.
I call dibs on her share of the gold.
Oh. All
Caring is caring.
right, and then we will go with Brittany now.
So Jennifer is a tiefling rogue. Her backstory is she is young, like teenager-y, orphaned, but had a mentor who is mysteriously missing, so she's kind of always on the search for him. We know that her weapons, she's got the standard rogue stuff, which I believe is like daggers, leathered armor. She also got a short bow and a rapier. She has eyes that change with her mood. So there you go. Blonde, she is the opposite of our sweet dwarf. She is very like particular about how she looks. She might be a little bit sassy, maybe slightly snobby, a little bit of an attitude. But her heart's in the right place most of the time. Oh, sorry, I got the wrong one. Never mind. Sorry, I'm like looking at the chat. I'm like, what? Nope, I'm totally being confused. And just sum it all up, ball of emotions.
And what is she doing traveling? Where is she going? What is her?
She's just looking for her mentor.
Okay.
Whoever has insight on where he might be.
Very cool. All right, and then we'll finish with Naja.
I am playing Ngrala, the half-orc monk. She's rejected or is trying to reject the kind of innate rage of her orcish nature by meditating, and got cast out of her orcish clan because of that. And she's not doing a great job at the whole rejecting thing, still very short-tempered. But she really wants to do good, is very oblivious to social etiquette, and is kind of a derp in most situations outside of fighting. But she means well. She's a hermit, has some crucial discovery about the world that we will be hearing about shortly. Not the discovery necessarily, but the world. And she is traveling to continue to challenge herself in restraining her rage.
Ooh.
Hmm.
Cool.
So nice, but I'm so angry
Mm-hmm.
all the time.
Well, I think that definitely gives us a good character summary for everyone. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask. But we are going to go ahead and touch base on what we are doing and where we are. So you all find yourselves in the center of a town. You don't know the name of the town. There's no indication. And you don't actually know how you ended up at the center of town, except there's this fountain. And inside the fountain is this glowing, and the glowing changes colors. So it's almost like a gradient of different colors. And it's very bright. It's almost mesmerizing. Inside the fountain, you all are finding yourselves just standing within it in the center of town. And that is where you'll find yourself for now. And we will go ahead and let you guys let's start the role play. So we're going to go ahead and jump in character. And you all are in the center of town, and you're trying to figure out where you are. There are some indicators, but you need to search around for them.
And we all know each other already, right?
No.
No.
So like we snapped awake from like a trance or a dream.
Yeah.
And then
Like you all
sudden...
found yourself staring deeply into this changing, morphing color in the fountain, which is in the center of town. And because you know it's the center of town, because on the concrete there says COT, which would indicate the center of town. So yes, that's where you find yourselves. What do you do?
Well, the first thing I'm going to do, because I'm a paladin and I'm very proud of my armor, is I'm going to get out of the water because I think my armor's going to rust.
Okay.
So I'm going to get out of the water,
Mm-hmm.
start looking around, trying to get my bearings, I guess, figure out if there's anything around me. Since I'm kind of jarred as it is, not realizing how I ended up in this place, if there's anything around me that looks like there's any sort of hostility, to assess whether or not I'm in danger, first of all.
Okay. No, there's nothing. It seems rather peaceful. It's a quiet day. It seems as if, based on where the sun is, that it's the morning. And yeah, what were you gonna say?
Are there any people around?
No.
Other than the people that were in the fountain?
There's just you all right now. But being in the center of a town, you're surely going to find adventurers there.
Okay, so I assess whether there's people or anything, and then I turn around to face the other people that were in the water and suggest that this water's changing vibrant colors, so out of caution, you may want to get out of the fountain.
Okay, so I also come to, and I try to backwards shoulder roll out of the fountain, really, really sneaky and as I'm shoulder rolling over the lip of the stone. Is it a stone fountain? Is it stone?
Yes, it's good to assume that it's made out of stone.
Okay, so I'm rolling over, shoulder rolling over the stone fountain, and then I shake off like a dog all the way down to my long tail, and then I crouch down and I lift my eyes up over the lip of the fountain.
So by the time you've done that, I've gone over to where you were because you're acting very strangely. So you come over the lip of the fountain and my face is right there.
And then when I see your eyes, my pupils dilate a lot, and I'm just sneakiest dragon of them all.
Sneakiest.
And my brow kind of furrows. You are very odd. Where are we? Who are you? What is this place?
She does not see me. She does not see me. But there is some water. Rogue dragon sees some colored water. And then I rise up really slow, and then I kind of stand like this, and I'm like, "Hello, Rogue dragon greets you."
And I just kind of cock my head to the side. Hello, Rogue Dragon. I am in Gorala. Who are these other people? Do you know these other people?
And then Rogue Dragon does this. And then gets really low again. And says, Rogue Dragon does not know.
I just kind of blink and just stand up in the fountain and step out of it.
I come to, at this point, or I've been alert for a while, very upset that my hair is wet. Proceed to just braid it while I'm listening and kind of observing from the corner of my eye all the craziness going on, and I've already decided y'all are nuts. I'm just going to let this play out until someone notices me.
I suppose that this time my character's coming to, slightly drowning due to her height.
Oh no!
Gasping for air. Oh my goodness.
It's a short fountain. It's not a very. It's I'd say a foot and a half.
Terrified to say the least. Something that no one wants to be in.
No.
Panics about her spell book. My spell book's gonna be wet. And I run out as fast as I can and immediately start drying the pages of my spell book. Because that's pretty much all I care about. Completely oblivious, no matter how intelligent she is, to the people around her, because her focus is mostly on.
Well, she's smart because that book means a lot to her.
Oh, yes.
I know. Yeah. I'm sorry.
I asked the tiefling and the half dragon why they're still in the water.
No, I rolled out of it backward shoulder style. Yeah.
And now she's looking back
Oh,
over.
I'm doing
Are
this.
you looking into the fountain?
Yeah.
Well, I'm crouched behind the lip of the fountain,
Yeah.
surveying everyone.
Is this a
Mind-
square fountain or a round fountain?
Is it a round fountain? Or what shape is the fountain?
Oh,
Yeah,
yes, it's a big
is it round?
round fountain.
Okay.
Okay.
There's a
Okay.
cool little spout in the middle that,
I'm probably like
sprays some water.
5 feet away from the rogue dragon doing this
Okay.
over and over. But
Are
just-
you out of the fountain, or are you the only one still
Yeah,
in the
I'm
fountain?
out. No, I'm out.
So
I'm on the
everyone's
corner.
outside.
Oh,
of the
okay.
fountain. Okay.
We're all out.
All right. So a little dialogue continues, right? And so you guys eventually decide to greet each other. Yes?
Do we remember who we are ourselves?
Yes. Yeah, this
Yeah,
isn't
okay.
any forgetfulness. No,
Okay.
you know exactly who you are. You know where you came from, what you do in life, and what mission you're on.
Okay.
Can I investigate the lights of the water,
Yes.
since that's one of my proficiencies?
So I'm assuming you care to your spell book and you.
Well,
leave
I
it there.
finally come to realize what the situation is going on, or more so that I am not worried about my book being damaged, and
Okay.
rather worrying about the weird dragonkin or the orc or the paladin who seems a little slow. There's glowing lights in water, and that's not very common.
Yeah.
I'd like to investigate why.
Okay. If you want, we can roll an intelligence check.
Ooh, okay. Oh, yay, we finally get to use the dice in here.
Dun, da, da, da.
I gotta find it. Okay. And it's just /roll.
Water would be a nature
D.
check. Yeah, but she needs to be intelligent enough to figure out what kind of
Roll d20.
light that is.
Alright, what did I roll? I rolled a 10.
You scratch your head and you think to yourself, those are some pretty interesting lights. And you think that you've maybe seen or read about lights like this before, but you can't exactly recall.
Do I know that it's magical of some sense,
Yes,
or is
like
it?
you get a feeling that there's magic to these lights, and that you have seen.
Do I
them
know if
before.
it's an illusion or if it's like of other dimension or like teleportation of that kind?
Yeah, you aren't exactly sure. You
Okay.
just know that you have you've studied it or you've read about it before because of your vast reading and knowledge in all the languages.
Okay.
Yes. So it might be from a different language, a different origin, and you aren't exactly familiar with it, but you do know that, yeah, it has some magic properties to it. Anybody
Would I
else?
feel? Would anyone feel any effect of having been in the water, other than the confusion of not knowing how we got here? But is it making us? Would it have made us tired or dizzy or nauseous or?
No, you feel pretty normal other than wet. Your clothes are wet, and you're very confused as to how the hell
Right.
you landed in this fountain and where you were before. So, as you all mentioned, you were all adventuring before, so something occurred to bring you here all together.
While the tiny worried person is looking at her wet book, I ask everyone else if they're okay.
By this time, I've circled around the fountain and I'm standing behind the dragon. It's kind of like, what is happening here? I don't understand this. I'm going to look at it.
So, you guys notice maybe that the concrete isn't very normal. It seems to be very glittery, oddly enough. It sparkles off the morning light, and it almost has a rose gold sparkle to it all across. But there seems to be a few trails that are different colors. So you've got a different color going north, south, east, and west. And that kind of might indicate where you need to go. So westward would be green. Eastward is a silvery color. Southward is like an ebon. And north is like a opaque kind of white color.
Do I know the meanings of these colors through my intelligence? Okay.
Well, you could try to determine, but I still couldn't tell you if you were absolutely correct until you guys travel. But you could make some guesses, educated guesses as to what different colors mean for different things.
Do we know where we've all Well, I guess in relation, you wouldn't know where we were before.
Right. You're in a town that you've never visited, but you don't know how far it is from the place you were before.
Right.
So I look around. What types of buildings do I see?
There's actually no buildings in the center of town. All you notice are these long sidewalk paths that I described that are very glittery, very beautiful. And you've got some trees and some small, bushes and nothing really out of the ordinary. If you were to search around a lot, there could be somewhere along any of the paths different hidden locations, but that is all, through searching and nosing around.
Do the colors of the fountain match the colors of the road? Different directions?
Well, they're in the gradient of the colors, yeah. But the gradient is more like an entire spectrum. There's even colors, of the prism that many can't see, and some of you can see the different color variations.
Is fountain flowing outward or inward?
It's more like in the water. It's just, it changes within, it's almost as if the water is colored. But it's not. It's clear water. None of your clothes are colored, so it's not.
Oh, but I just mean, is there a statue and water's pouring over it, or is it more like a black hole?
Of the fountain?
Yeah.
It's just a round fountain, and then in the middle there's a spout. So, and then the water itself is changing constantly. But it doesn't seem to have a light source of anything. It's just doing it on its own.
Kinder's looking around.
Very
now
curious.
kind of annoyed, not knowing where she is, but also curious after all the people around her. Which one of you did this? One of you has to be a sorcerer. Who is it?
I kind of arch my eyebrows. I believe it is you with the magic book. What have you done?
As much as I'd like to teleport myself someplace, that's quite impossible right now.
Jennifer agrees, because who else has potential magical abilities and very curious about this.
Why would I want to send myself here? I don't even know who you people are.
It could have just been a spell gone rogue. Oh.
Can't just remember practicing a spell before this and actually gets nervous. Maybe it was me.
Some self-doubt sinks in.
Rogue Dragon walks up to the individual who was originally met Rogue Dragon eye to eye.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And Rogue Dragon kind of does a side shift step over to her, and then leans in, and he's all who are these people?
I am trying to find out.
And then Rogue Dragon does this big side whisper, and he's just I don't know who they are.
And I kind of blink a couple times. Does that not make you hoarse when you speak that way?
I'm not a horse. I'm a dragonkin.
And we're just staring at each other in mutual.
Yeah.
Paladin. You are a paladin, right? You're a smart kind. What's going on here?
My name is Owen. I did not do this. What do you think?
I don't know. I'm trying to figure that out right now.
Continue doing that.
So Rogue Dragon now does a forward somersault, and then goes this, and then starts to look for traps. And Rogue Dragon says, "Rogue Dragon, rolling around and gonna look for some traps."
Okay. Well.
And Grala mimics the movement without really knowing why. Is in the same position.
Okay. So we're gonna end at this song and dance. Everyone has kind of met, so when we start back up, we'll finish this, and then I will lead us on, actually you all will lead us on an adventure. I can't pick which color you go down. You must pick. So we will begin again then, but in the meantime, we're going to sign off, and so we're going to each give you a little segment, tell tell you where we'll be for the next week, where you can catch us, where you can follow us. And while you're following, please follow Misscliks if you haven't already, and subscribe. We really appreciate the love and support. So we will start with Brittany and go from there.
Okay, so like where I'll be like in real life or
Wherever you care to share with the world.
Okay, cool. So I'm Brittany. I'm B.E. Sandler on the internet. This week, or before we meet up next Tuesday, I'm actually going to like this masquerade ball thing. It's like it's called like the Labyrinth of Jareth. It's like
yes, it's amazing.
Yeah, I'm really excited.
Oh, cool.
So that's my week. That's my Friday night, and then Sunday's my birthday, and then I'm gonna be doing a lot of homework.
Me too.
You guys have the same birthday?
Birthday buddies.
Wow.
It's amazing.
Yeah,
Meant to be.
Happy birthday!
I
Yeah,
know.
and then I'm gonna do a lot of studying. I'm gonna be doing a lot of like character D&D studying. 'cause
Yeah,
I need
cool. Yay. Sweet. Okay, Najara. Or, I'm sorry, I was Nadra, and then I was trying to do Nagrala together. Did you? That was a fuse
Cool.
of both? Okay.
I intentionally chose a confusing name because I'm
Yeah.
kind of a troll.
Well, it worked because you just trolled me. All right, cool. Go ahead.
I'm Naja. You can find me on Twitter at Trist_CHI. I also typically hang out in Adam Kobol's chat, modding the things, you know. Over the weekend, I have friends visiting. They flew all the way from China. And
Oh wow!
yeah, they're visiting home. They're from America, but they decided to live in China. But they're visiting me. We are going to go out Saturday night, and at midnight that night, promptly start drinking for my birthday.
Woo!
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's what I'm up to.
Awesome.
All right, Kelly.
I am Kelly. On Twitter, I am known as @HirisKelly. I work for Hiris Studios. I just came back from Gamescom, so I'm very tired. I haven't adjusted time-wise yet, but I should be good.
Yeah.
By next week, at least. I believe I'm going to be at TwitchCon and potentially PAX Prime, and I'll be at DragonCon as well, because it's Atlanta, and that's where I'm based out of. So if you are going to any of those cons, it'd be awesome to meet up with people. I'm always a big fan of D&D people and love to just chat about it since I've been doing it for so long. That's about it. On YouTube, most of my content, I'm a content producer at YouTube. I make a bunch of marketing videos and promotional videos, so you can find me on Spike Games YouTube, and that's where you can find most of my work.
Cool. Sweet. How was Gamescom?
Oh, it was awesome.
Yeah.
It's the biggest gaming convention in the world, so it's crazy seeing literally 200,000 people in like giant halls, and the Blizzard booth was so amazing. I know I should be repping my own booth, but I'm sort of a fan of Hearthstone, and their booth was a giant cavern that had like barrels and a bunch of like tables, and you and your friends could just sit down and play, and they had like
so
a little
cool.
fake fire in the middle of it. It was awesome.
That sounds awesome. Cool. Awesome. All right, well, we'll go on to Vanessa.
Yay, that's me. You can find me on Twitter, RogueDragon013. What I'm up to, I'm one of the artistic visionaries for Cosplay Cabaret, which is also on the Misscliks channel, and we're a nerd cabaret troupe. So we just finished our Star Trek Swim Through Space routine, which is a mashup of a 1930s Esther Williams synchronized swimming routine to the original score of the soundtrack, Star Trek opening music. So
Awesome.
because all of the reasons. So check us out, and hopefully you'll see some good content on there.
Cool.
Yay.
And we will finish with Ishtara.
Hello. I'm Rob Ishtara Rob slash Ishtara. Ishtara's not my last name.
I'm sorry.
I might change it though. I am the design guy for Misscliks. That's what I'll be doing between this Tuesday and next Tuesday, working behind the scenes for more awesome new stuff they got coming out for y'all, as always.
Beautiful.
Some really exciting stuff coming up. It's going to be pretty hype. You can find me on Twitter at IshtarWins, and that's me.
Cool. All right. Well, that's it for now. You can find me, of course, at Ganjalina on, the Twitter handles here. And then, of course, everything else is attached elsewhere. So I'm out there. I'm easy to find. So just search if you're interested. If not, that's cool too. And don't forget that we have other shows that run on Misscliks every week, so make sure to check out that schedule. And as always, we enjoyed having you. Thank you so much for your patience, and we will see you next Tuesday at 6 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. Have a great night.
Yay!
Bye, guys.